So I made a website recently, drsanchezcomedy.com, and you can go on there right now if you want to laugh your ass off, because the reason I say that is I say I have a website, but if you go on drsanchezcomedy.com, it's just a blank page that says coming soon. And like, don't get me wrong, like it is coming soon, right? But guys, this is such a life hack, because out of all the times I've given out this website, not once has anyone ever come back to me and been like, dude, you don't have a website. Like, bro, yes I do. And if that doesn't convince them, I'll be like, well, there's another perk of having your own personal website. My email is matthews@drsanchezcomedy.com. And that usually shuts them up, right? Unless they're like, well, are you even an actual doctor? and unless you guys couldn't tell, I'm not an actual doctor. You know, and I know a lot of doctors are gonna be mad that I'm going around calling myself a doctor without a doctorate. Shut up, nerd. Yep. I like to consider myself a doctor of comedy. I know. It can work. You guys just have to stick up for me. You know, like if anybody ever asks you, like, yo, how funny is that guy? Be like, post-grad level, like that guy is hilarious. But yeah, so drsanchezcomedy.com, still a work in progress. I'm trying to add some original quotes to the front page. The only problem is I don't have any original quotes. So I've just been going out into the world and like looking at signs and shit and putting my name in front of it just to see how it sounds. Right? Matthew Sanchez, slippery when wet. Matthew Sanchez, employees must wash hands. Matthew Sanchez, Popeye's $6.99 3-piece tender combo. Off topic, but $6.99 is just entirely too much for a 3-piece tender combo. I mean, that's like $2.25 per piece. And if you take just a second to consider the chicken tender economics of the situation, I mean, quite frankly, it's unfathomable. I mean, you really want to go for a $12.99 6-piece combo. That's only $2.16.5 per piece. I know what you're thinking. You're going, Matthews, why do you care about saving 8.5 cents? I am a college student who's trying to be a stand-up comedian. I need every half penny I can get. But yeah. You know what else is dumb? Horsepower. I've had quite a problem with horsepower recently, because it's like, who the fuck looked at a car and was like, yeah, nah, that's gotta be like 20 horses. You know, like, make it make sense. Next thing you know, you're gonna look at a plane, you're gonna be like, oh, that's like 1,100 pigeon power. Or 76 Falcons. Whether or not you're using imperial or metric, right? And so it's like, horsepower. You know what would have made a lot more sense than horsepower? Car power. Like if you told me, yo, this car is like 2 cars, I'd be like, damn, that's a fast car. You got me, you know? Horsepower doesn't make sense. And so like what? If you have a car that's like 1 horsepower, then is it like, fuck it, might as well just saddle up, throw away the diesel, start growing hay? Like what's the situation here? That's just a dumb thing. Other dumb things that have happened to me in my life. When I was a kid, I was 12, went to Stop and Shop. I had a real character development moment with my older brother. Moment that rarely happens in real life, you know? As we were sitting there in our line paying for the food, we noticed the person in front of us who had paid in cash left about $60 to $80 cash in the little bill dispenser thing, right? And so I see the cash and, you know, my eyes light up, right? Yeah, I'm a kid. First place my head goes is like, I could buy a year Club Penguin membership with that. Do you know how many Popeye's chicken tenders I can get with $60? 24. You get 24 Popeye's chicken tenders, $6. Unless you economize them, in which case you can get 27. Yeah, that's right. You guys were laughing earlier. Who's laughing now? I got 3 more tenders and y'all dumbass 3-piece at a time buying it, not knowing what the fuck the chicken tender economics looking ass motherfuckers. And so I turn, I look at my brother, and he turns and looks at me, and we look at the cash, and then I look at the cash, and we look at each other, And he looks at the cash, and the cash looks at me, and he goes, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" And I'm thinking, we're about to take this cash and go blow all this cash like this cool movie theater moment, right? Like, don't wanna be an American, yeah. Yeah, right? And I go, hell yes. And this guy calls over the self-checkout attendant. He's like, hey, this guy left his money. I'm like, motherfucker, that was not what I was thinking. And the part that really made me mad, the part that got me the most mad, was the self-checkout attendant comes over, just takes the cash and just slips it in his pocket. I look at it and I'm like, bro, we could have done that. And that's when it hit me. Matthew Sanchez. Bro, we could have done that. It's like just do it, but you didn't. Thank you guys so much for this match.